What if I told you that the reason you are not rich has nothing to do with your education, your skills, or even the economy? What if the real problem is hidden inside your mind, programmed into you since childhood, and running on autopilot every single day? This is exactly what Harv Eker discovered after going from broke to millionaire, and today, we are diving deep into his transformative book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Introduction. Imagine this. You work hard, you read books, you attend seminars, and you genuinely want success. Yet somehow, money keeps slipping through your fingers. You make it, then lose it. You take one step forward, two steps back. Sound familiar? Harv Eker lived this nightmare. He tried business after business, worked his tail off, but kept ending up broke. Then, a millionaire friend gave him advice that changed everything. He said, "Harv, if you are not doing as well as you would like, all that means is there is something you do not know." That conversation led Eker to discover the concept of the money blueprint, a set of subconscious programs that determine your financial destiny. This book is not just about making money. It is about rewiring your mind so that wealth becomes natural, automatic, and permanent. Your money blueprint. Every person has a financial blueprint embedded in their subconscious mind. This blueprint is like a thermostat. If your financial thermostat is set for $50,000 a year, you will earn around $50,000. Even if you win the lottery or suddenly make more, you will subconsciously sabotage yourself until you return to that set point. Research shows that most lottery winners return to their original financial state. Why? Because they never changed their inner blueprint. Your blueprint is formed through three main influences. First, verbal programming. What did you hear about money as a child? Did your parents say money does not grow on trees? Rich people are greedy, or we cannot afford it. These statements lodge themselves into your subconscious and still control your financial decisions today. Second, modeling. What did you see growing up? If your parents struggled with money, argued about it, or lived paycheck to paycheck, you absorbed that behavior. You learned that money equals stress, scarcity, or conflict. Even if you rebel against your parents, you are still controlled by their programming, just in the opposite direction. Third, specific incidents. Maybe you experienced a traumatic event involving money. Perhaps a parent lost a job, or you were humiliated for not affording something. These moments created emotional associations with money that still affect you decades later. Eker shares the story of a woman named Josie. When she was 11, her father had a heart attack and died in her arms during an argument about money at a restaurant. From that day forward, her mind linked money with pain. As an adult, she earned good money as a nurse, but spent every cent. Her subconscious was trying to get rid of the pain by getting rid of the money. Once she identified and revised this blueprint, her financial life transformed. Scientific research supports this. Neuroscientists have found that the brain is highly programmable, especially during childhood. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cellular biologist, explains that before age 7, children operate primarily in theta brainwave states, which makes them highly suggestible. This means the financial beliefs you absorbed as a child are literally wired into your neural pathways. The good news, you can rewire them. The power of declarations. Eker teaches a simple but powerful tool, declarations. A declaration is a statement of intention. It is not pretending something is true when it is not. It is committing to a new way of being. For example, one of the key declarations in this book is, "My inner world creates my outer world." This reminds you that your thoughts, beliefs, and habits shape your reality. Another declaration is, "I create the exact level of my financial success." This shifts you from victim mode to creator mode. You stop blaming the economy, your boss, or bad luck. You take full responsibility. Eker recommends saying these declarations out loud every morning and evening while touching your heart and then your head. Why? Because repetition rewires the brain. Neuroscience shows that neuroplasticity allows us to form new neural pathways through consistent practice. By repeating empowering declarations, you are literally retraining your brain to think like a wealthy person. The 17 Wealth Files. Now, let us explore the 17 ways rich people think and act differently from poor and middle-class people. These are the mental files that determine your financial destiny. Wealth File number 1. Rich people believe they create their life. Poor people believe life happens to them. Rich people take full responsibility for their results. They do not blame the economy, the government, their parents, or bad luck. Poor people play the victim. They say things like, "Poor me," or "It is not my fault." Eker explains that when you play the victim, you unconsciously sabotage your success because victims cannot be rich. The universe rewards those who take responsibility. If you want to be wealthy, you must eliminate blame, justification, and complaining from your life. These are financial poison. Wealth File number 2. Rich people play the money game to win. Poor people play to not lose. Poor people focus on survival and security. Their goal is to pay the bills. Middle-class people want to be comfortable. Rich people want massive wealth. Eker says, if your goal is to be comfortable, chances are you will never get rich. But if your goal is to be rich, chances are you will end up mighty comfortable. Your income can only grow to the extent that you do. If you aim for the stars, you will at least hit the moon. Wealth File number 3. Rich people are committed to being rich. Poor people want to be rich. Wanting is not enough. Millions of people want to be rich, but only a small percentage are. Commitment means devoting yourself unreservedly. It means doing whatever it takes for as long as it takes. Eker explains the 3 levels of wanting. Level 1 is, I want to be rich, which is just wishful thinking. Level 2 is, I choose to be rich, which is better but still not enough. Level 3 is, I commit to being rich, which means total dedication. Rich people commit fully, and the universe responds by supporting them. Wealth File number 4. Rich people think big. Poor people think small. Eker explains the law of income. You will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver according to the marketplace. The key factor is quantity. How many people do you serve? If you help 10 people, you earn a certain amount. If you help 10,000 people, you earn far more. Rich people focus on serving massive numbers of people. They think in terms of millions. Poor people focus on just getting by. Your life is not just about you. It is about contributing to others, adding value, and fulfilling your mission. When you think big and serve many, wealth follows naturally. Wealth File number 5. Rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. Rich people see potential. Poor people see problems. Rich people ask, what could go right? Poor people ask, what could go wrong? This is not about positive thinking. This is about focus. What you focus on expands. If you focus on opportunities, you will find them everywhere. If you focus on obstacles, you will be paralyzed. Rich people take educated risks. They research, gather information, and then act. They follow the principle of ready, fire, aim. They get started, learn as they go, and adjust along the way. Poor people spend years preparing and never take action. Wealth File number 6. Rich people admire other rich and successful people. Poor people resent rich and successful people. Resentment is financial poison. If you view rich people as greedy or bad, you can never become rich yourself. Why? Because you cannot become something you despise. Eker shares how he used to feel resentment when he saw wealthy people, until he realized that resentment was keeping him broke. He started practicing the Huna philosophy. Bless that which you want. When you see someone with a beautiful home, a nice car, or financial freedom, bless them. Admire them. Learn from them. Rich people understand that wealth is not a zero-sum game. When others succeed, it creates a blueprint for you to follow. Wealth file number 7. Rich people associate with positive, successful people. Poor people associate with negative or unsuccessful people. Energy is contagious. If you spend time with complainers, gossipers, and pessimists, their negativity will infect you. Rich people carefully choose their associations. They surround themselves with winners, with people who inspire them, challenge them, and support their growth. Eker explains that most people earn within 20% of the average income of their closest friends. If you want to be rich, you need to be around rich people. This does not mean abandoning your friends. It means being intentional about who influences your thinking. Wealth file number 8. Rich people are willing to promote themselves and their value. Poor people think negatively about selling and promotion. Many people have a negative association with selling. They think it is pushy, sleazy, or manipulative. Rich people understand that promotion is simply sharing value. If you truly believe in what you offer, it is your duty to let people know about it. Eker says, if you believe that what you have to offer can truly assist people, it is your duty to let as many people as possible know about it. Leaders are promoters. Whether you are an entrepreneur, an employee, or an investor, you must be willing to promote your value. Otherwise, you will be overlooked and underpaid. Wealth file number 9. Rich people are bigger than their problems. Poor people are smaller than their problems. Every successful person faces challenges. The difference is not the size of the problem, but the size of the person. Eker explains, if you have a big problem in your life, all that means is that you are being a small person. The secret is to grow yourself so that you are bigger than any obstacle. Rich people are financial warriors. They do not avoid problems. I solve them. They see challenges as opportunities to grow. Dr. Carol Dweck, a psychologist at Stanford University, calls this a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. This view creates resilience and a love of learning, which are essential for success. Wealth file number 10. Rich people are excellent receivers. Poor people are poor receivers. Many people feel unworthy of receiving. They have been taught that it is better to give than to receive. Eker explains that this is nonsense. Giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin. For every giver, there must be a receiver. If you are not willing to receive, you are denying others the joy of giving. You are also training the universe not to give to you. Rich people are open to receiving money, opportunities, compliments, and help. They say thank you and fully accept what comes their way. Poor people deflect compliments, refuse help, and feel guilty about receiving. This keeps them stuck in scarcity. Wealth file number 11. Rich people choose to get paid based on results. Poor people choose to get paid based on time. Poor people trade time for money. They work by the hour or earn a salary. This creates a ceiling on income. Rich people get paid based on results. They earn commissions, profits, royalties, or equity. They understand that there is no limit to results-based income. Eker explains, if you choose to get paid for your time, you are pretty much killing your chances for wealth. He encourages people to start their own business, work on commission, or create passive income streams. The goal is to decouple your income from your time. Wealth file number 12. Rich people think both. Poor people think either or. Poor people believe you have to choose between money and happiness, between a successful career and a close family, between wealth and spirituality. Rich people say, I can have both. They refuse to accept limitations. Eker explains, you can be a kind, loving, caring, generous, and spiritual person and be really rich. In fact, having money allows you to do more good in the world. When you think in terms of both, you open yourself to infinite possibilities. Wealth file number 13. Rich people focus on their net worth. Poor people focus on their working income. Net worth is the true measure of wealth. It is the financial value of everything you own minus everything you owe. Rich people track their net worth religiously. They understand that wealth is built through 4 factors: income, savings, investments, and simplification. Poor people only focus on income. They make more money, but spend it all. They never build wealth. Eker recommends creating a net worth statement and updating it every 90 days. This keeps you focused on what matters. Wealth file number 14. Rich people manage their money well. Poor people mismanage their money well. Rich people have a money management system. Eker teaches a simple method. Divide your income into 6 accounts. 10% goes into a financial freedom account for investing. 10% goes into a play account for extravagance and fun. 10% goes into long-term savings for future purchases. 10% goes into an education account for learning and growth. 50% goes into a necessities account for bills and living expenses. 10% goes into a give account for charity. This system ensures you are saving, investing, and enjoying your money. Poor people have no system. They spend randomly and wonder why they are always broke. Wealth file number 15. Rich people have their money work hard for them. Poor people work hard for their money. Rich people understand leverage. They make their money work for them through investments, businesses, and passive income. Poor people believe they have to work hard forever. Eker explains, first, you work hard for money. Then you let money work hard for you. The goal is financial freedom, which means earning enough passive income to cover your expenses without working. This is achieved through smart investing in real estate, stocks, bonds, or building systems that generate income without your direct involvement. Wealth file number 16. Rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people let fear stop them. Fear is natural. Everyone has it. The difference is that rich people act anyway. Eker teaches, a true warrior can tame the cobra of fear. This does not mean eliminating fear. It means not letting fear control your actions. He explains, if you are willing to do only what is easy, life will be hard. But if you are willing to do what is hard, life will be easy. Comfort is overrated. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Every time you face fear and act anyway, you expand your capacity for success. Wealth file number 17. Rich people constantly learn and grow. Poor people think they already know. The most dangerous words in the English language are, I know that. Rich people are lifelong learners. They read books, attend seminars, hire coaches, and constantly improve. Poor people believe they already know everything or that they cannot afford to learn. Eker says, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. He recommends putting 10% of your income into an education fund. Every master was once a disaster. Success is a learnable skill. If you commit to growing yourself, you will become unstoppable. Taking action. Reading this book is a great start, but it is not enough. You must take action. Do the exercises. Say the declarations. Track your net worth. Manage your money. 10 seminars. Hire a coach. Surround yourself with successful people. The principles in this book work, but only if you apply them. Harv Eker went from broke to multimillionaire using these exact strategies. Thousands of people have transformed their financial lives by following this blueprint. Now, it is your turn. Conclusion. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind is not just a book. It is a manual for financial freedom. It teaches you that wealth begins in your mind. Your thoughts create your feelings create your actions, and your actions create your results. If you want different results, you must change your thoughts. You must reprogram your money blueprint. This requires awareness, understanding, disassociation from old beliefs, and reconditioning toward wealth. The 17 wealth files give you a new operating system for financial success. Master these files, and you will master money. Remember, your income can grow only to the extent that you do. Commit to your growth. Think big. Take action despite fear. Surround yourself with winners. manage your money well, and never stop learning. Financial freedom is not just about having money. 'Tis about becoming the kind of person who naturally creates wealth. 'Tis about living with purpose, contributing to others, and fulfilling your potential. You have everything you need inside you right now. The only question is, are you willing to unlock it? Thanks for watching. If you found value in this summary, please subscribe to our channel and visit us for more life-changing book summaries. Your financial freedom starts now.